Yeah. Uh-huh, uh-huh, Yeah, yeah. I woke up in the morning and I thought about the boobies. Then I brushed my teeth and I thought about the boobies. I put on my socks and I thought about the boobies. I looked at the clock and it looked like 2 boobies. Boobies on the left side, boobies on the right. Think about the boobies in the middle of the night. Big ones, small ones, floating in the pool. Think about boobies, maybe start to drool. I like the side boob, I like the under boob. I saw a video with boobies on the YouTube. Boobies in the sweater, boobies in the shirt. If I don't see some boobies, then my feelings gonna hurt. Melons and balloons and pillows and spheres. I haven't seen a boobie in a couple of years. Just kidding, I saw them on the internet today. Boobies are the reason that I'm never gonna stray. Bounce, bounce, go the boobies on the bus. Why is everybody making such a big fuss? It's just a little skin and a little bit of fat. I wanna wear a boobie on my head like a hat. Boobies in the kitchen making boobie sandwiches. Boobies speaking different kinds of boobie languages. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro boobies on the floor. I hear a knocking on my boobie front door. I see a pair of boobies greeting me, I can't resist. I get down on my knees and give those big boobies a kiss. Motorboat, sailboat, rowboat, yacht. I like all the boobies that are cold and hot. Big ones are funny and the small ones are cute. I wanna buy a boobie a 3-piece suit. Boobies at the bank, boobies at the store. I bought a dozen boobies, then I went and bought some more. Left boobie is best friends with right boobie too. If I was a boobie, I would hang out with you. Circle, circle, dot, dot, boobie, boobie, shot, shot. Just looking at the sweater, yeah. Nothing in the world could be any better than a chest full of yes. A torso of fun. I'm staring at the boobies like I'm staring at the sun. My eyes are burning, I don't really care, because the after image of the boobies is there. It's etched in my retina, burned in my brain. Boobies on a plane and boobies on a train. Boobies in the rain, falling from the sky. If you ask me for a reason, I cannot tell you why. It's biology, psychology, geology too. The geography of boobies is a lovely view. North to northeast, to east to east, to southeast, to south to southwest to west. Boobies are the best, put the boobies to the test. Boobies, 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 boobies. I'm strictly speaking purely theoretically. I love the boobies undeniably and medically. I went to the doctor and he looked at my chart. He said I got a boobie replacing my heart. Bump, 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 bump. That is the sound of the spherical miracles that I have found. I tried to do some math but I only counted 2. 1 + 1 is boobies, that is absolutely true. Boobies in the winter wearing little tiny coats. Boobies on the river floating just like little boats. Boobies on a bicycle riding down the street. Boobies wearing sneakers on the little boobie feet. I went to the museum to see all the art, but the statues had no boobies, so I fell apart. Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa, where did they go? I need a little cleavage just to start the show. Boobies on the ceiling, boobies on the wall. I tripped on a boobie and I had a little fall. I landed on a pillow that was made of foam, but it felt just like a boobie. I was right at home. Chicken breast, turkey breast, that's okay, but I prefer the humankind any old day. Boobies on a bagel with a little cream cheese. Can I have a side of boobies with my burger, please? No pickles, no onions, just a double stack of the things that are hanging off the back of the back. I'm crazy, I'm hazy, I'm losing my mind. I'm leaving all the non-boobie people behind. I built a rocket ship to go to planet Mars to see if there are boobies inside of the stars. The Milky Way is funny cause it sounds like milk. I wanna wrap the boobies in a blanket of silk. Smooth like butter and hard like a rock. I'm sitting staring at the boobie clock. It's boobie 30, time to get paid. I'm drinking boobie juice and boobie lemonade. Sip, 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 gulp, gulp, gulp. I like my boobie juice with a little bit of pulp. Do your ears hang low? No, my boobies hang high. I'ma teach a pair of boobies how to fly high. Flap, 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 and away they go. Over the mountains and over the snow. If you love boobies, let me hear you scream. I'm living in a boobie, boobie dream.
If you love boobies, let me hear you scream. I'm living in a boobie, boobie dream. If you love boobies, let me hear you scream. I'm living in a boobie, boobie dream.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boobies! I'm blasting off in the middle of the night. I'm looking for the boobies at the speed of light. Strapping to the rocket and I felt the G's. I'm searching for the boobies in the boobie galaxies. Floating in the vacuum, floating in the dark. Floating by the moon's big boobie theme park. Deep in outer space is the place to be, because the boobies are bouncing in 0G slow motion. Bounce up and down. The boobies are the mayor of Galaxy Town. I look out the window at a giant gas ball. It's round and it is huge and it is giving me a call. Flying through space in a metal tin can. One small step for boobies, one giant bounce for man. I see a constellation in the starry sky. It looks like some boobies and it's 50 miles high. Connect the dots, make a shape, make it round. Create a new constellation called the Boobie Mound. I met a little alien with skin of green. She had the weirdest layout that I've ever seen. 3 on the front and 2 on the back, and 1 inside a pocket for a midnight snack. Take me to your leader, take me to your queen. As long as she is massive, if you know what I mean. Asteroid belt is a little bit tight. I'm dodging all the boobies in the middle of the flight. Nebula, a pink and a nebula blue. Interstellar boobies are looking at you. Laser boobies outset the phasers, too fun. I'm staring at a boobie that is hotter than the sun. Supernova boobies in the Milky Way. I celebrate the boobies every single day.
Boobie, 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 are you coming home?
Roger that, Houston, I am coming in hot. I'm aiming for the boobies in the parking lot. Turn the boobie shit, fire the boobie
ocean. Paddle to the sand, I kiss the booby dirt. I am back on booby land, I retire from the mission. Hang up the suit, I put on my booby slippers and I grab a booby fruit. I bought a little cottage on a booby hill where me and my boobies can relax and chill. I sit on the booby porch, rocking in the chair, breathing in the oxygen of booby air. I planted a garden full of booby seeds, growing big booby turnips and pulling booby weeds. Life is very peaceful, life is very calm. I put some booby lotion on my booby palm, reading the newspaper, reading booby news. Then I'm taking a nap, a little booby snooze. The boobies are the pillow for my sleepy head. I tuck the boobies all around my booby bed. Booby tea in the kettle, booby cake on the plate. I lock the booby door and the booby gate. No more rockets, no more running around. Just me and the boobies on the solid ground. We watch the booby sunset, purple and gold. I'm gonna hold the boobies till I get old. White picket fence and a booby dog, sitting by the fire with the booby log. Warm and cozy, safe and sound, the happiest man that could ever be found. I close my heavy eyes and I start to snore. I dream about the boobies that I do adore. The journey is done, it's time to sleep tight. Everything is a booby and it's booby alright. Boobies.